Lamar, 14 of 20, 147 yards, a touchdown, an interception, a hamstring injury, 6 carries.
You just throw it in with the rest of the stats. Like he had a hamstring injury,
and then 6
yards.
carries for 48 yards. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast, Field Goals and Forecast, presented by Afterthought Sports, now on WSBU 80.3 FM, The Buzz. I'm Ryan Addy, alongside my good co-host, James Derrick. Week 3? Week 4? What week are we
4.
on?
It was week 4. You got it.
It's going so fast, man. Week 4 is gone. 2 4-0 teams remain, of course. One of those being the Buffalo Bills, who we'll touch in a second. But is there anything you want to say about week 4? I feel like it was actually it was a good week. I was 4-0 in fantasy.
I am 4-0 in one of my fantasy leagues back home, but I missed a lot of the 1 o'clock games. Yeah. Had to do some camera work for ESPN Plus. It's just how the coral crumbles sometime. So.
Right. So you missed most of that Bills game.
Yes.
Do you want to recap?
I obviously saw what happened, but give me the recap.
It was a very close game. Everyone kind of thought the Bills were going to come in and just spank the Saints.
Me included.
Backhand just right across the face, but it didn't happen. The Saints, they kept their tone in that game.
Yeah.
They were going band for band with the Buffalo Bills. It was kind of crazy. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Spencer Rattler, the only QB in the NFL whose last name starts and ends with the first letter, fun fact.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Didn't even think about that.
Bills. And a big weakness of ours that I feel like a lot of people and a lot of teams have realized is Bills can't stop a rushing quarterback. We have a really hard time stopping the rush, but especially rushing quarterbacks. So I think Rattler was in his game there.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like the last straw for us. Like we can bend but not break, but then when you add the fact that the quarterback can take off, who doesn't struggle with that? I don't think there's really anyone in the league who's perfect against a scrambling quarterback. True. Think about the scrambling quarterbacks you got to defend these days. Lamar Jackson, maybe not this week. But, Justin Fields, all those kinds of guys.
Not even Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
I know.
He's a given. But, it's no one's that great against a good running quarterback.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of Josh Allen, threw his first turnover. Well, first interception.
I missed his first interception.
His first turnover this week. Threw his first interception. First interception, or I guess it would be his first interception since 391 straight offensive plays.
Wow. So
391 plays, longest active streak in the NFL, or was the longest active streak in the NFL, snapped to, it was some rookie safety on the Saints. I actually can't remember his name. I'm sorry, I'm just blanking on it right now.
Well, I don't remember because I didn't watch it happen. Just the highlights. But, I remember when we used to think, oh, Josh Allen, he's got this turnover problem. He turns the ball over so much. It's like, yeah, he had one bad year, everyone.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
One bad year with a new offensive coordinator, and it was a bad offensive coordinator. Let me put it that way. Ken Dorsey. I don't even think he's around somewhere.
No, he's around. I hear his name.
He was the Browns offensive coordinator, but I don't think he is anymore.
Ken Dorsey, man. Where's he at these days?
I'm not even... I wouldn't be surprised if he's working at Tesco's or something. Just some grocery store somewhere. But while you're looking that up, I'll talk some more about some stats. James Cook, again, it seems like a regular thing we talk about at this point. 22 carries, 117 yards, touchdown. Shakir actually had a really nice week. Obviously, that big touchdown in the opening drive. 5 receptions, 69 yards, a touchdown. It's what you expect out of him.
No, and the big play, and he's just so slippery. He doesn't ever go down. Ken Dorsey, by the way, was... according to the AI overview, is the pass game specialist for the Dallas Cowboys.
That makes a lot of sense.
It makes sense he'd end up in Dallas.
Dallas would be the one to hire him. But
regardless, Shakir rumbles for 43 yards. He's just kind of he has one of those plays every once in a while where you hit him on a short route and he just takes off and makes a lot of guys miss.
Maybe 2 years ago in the playoffs when we played the Steelers.
Yes.
He got away from Minkah Fitzpatrick. That was a big moment. I think it was at that game, actually.
Really? Good for you.
Think about it. But that was a big
am horrible luck for my sports teams when I
Really?
visit. I've only made it to one Bills game. That was the Chiefs game that we lost. It was a playoff game in Buffalo, but the Yankees, I'm just horrible luck. So
Yeah.
regardless, sorry, I always lead the
MLB
tangents.
playoffs. That's like a separate topic.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Bills game this weekend actually. So we'll see.
What?
But I'm 2-0. I was there when we beat the Ravens, and I was there when we beat the Broncos. So
We're gonna have to send you for every playoff game.
well, if you would have sent me to Kansas City, I think we would have won. But
yeah, but
I couldn't be there.
No, had obligations. You had to be here.
Actually, had like school or whatever.
Yeah, or something. Paying money for this or whatever. I don't know.
James Cook scored 30 plus. Oh, the Bills have scored 30 plus points. Sorry, in every game so far this season. The first time since 1992 when we were pretty good in the 90s. So
yeah, no, we had a stretch there or something.
Yeah, 4 in a row maybe. I don't know.
But
But James Cook, sorry, this is what I thought I was reading. Tied the franchise record for consecutive home games with a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's 8, right?
So next week, if he were to score another touchdown,
which
it's looking good.
It's looking pretty good for James Cook right now. So I think he's got it. I think where does he stop actually? Because I think he breaks it. He takes nine straight home games.
And then we have a couple road games. I don't think if there's a tough rushing team on our schedule. Do we play the Browns? We do play the Browns.
I think we do play the Browns at some point.
So
I don't actually know when.
Buccaneers is tough. That's a tough rush defense. I know we play them. Eagles is always going to be tough. Somewhere in this season, I'm sure he'll mess up.
I don't know, maybe like the Chiefs.
Nah, Chiefs, I don't love it.
And actually, we aren't even
going to need him.
I don't even think we're home against the Browns, so.
Yeah, so there you go.
Anyway, I don't know. Regardless, could go for a while. I don't know. Yeah. I think I'm pretty confident in it. So
we are James home Cook. Against the Bucs. I know that for sure, and we're home against the Eagles. I know that for sure.
Yes.
So maybe one of those games, but that's far in the future.
Yes,
so
that is a while from now.
Anyway, Saints again, like we said, did not play bad. A lot of people were kind of calling for the Bills' head. Do you agree with that?
No, I mean it's football. Obviously, the other team. I mean, if you're a team like the New Orleans Saints, you're at least thinking about the matchup with the Buffalo Bills like 3 weeks ago. I feel like, you know what I mean. It's just one of those games where they have to try as hard as they can to stay in this game, and they succeeded. I think they did that well, but ultimately, teams are going to game plan for you, and sometimes they have a good game plan. They'll have it right, and that's why you see things like this happen. They keep it a little bit closer than it was supposed to be. I mean, but it's not like it was that much closer than it was supposed to be. I think, like, if you looked on, like, FanDuel or DraftKings, I think the spread was, like, 15.5, and we won by, 12? I mean...
Yeah, I was going to say 10, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah, I think we won by 12, 31-19. But, like, that's not that crazy. I think, we win by multiple possessions.
I still think we were the better team. At the end of the day, win's a win. You got to keep saying that until you lose. But I think when you're an underdog team, it's just that like underdog mentality, right? You say St. Bonaventure Bonnies go and play North Carolina Tar Heels on the road. Tar Heels are favored by 40.
Yeah.
Bonaventure's going to want to play a little bit better because
we'll lose by like 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we'll keep up with them because hey, like we don't want to be the guys who are just forgotten and wrote off.
Yeah, and like, I'm sure there's a lot more out there for us to, scout the Tar Heels as opposed to the other way around. So it's just like,
that's a good point.
That's the concept there too. So,
but Rattler went 18 for 27, 126 yards, a touchdown. He had 6 carries for 49 yards. Kamara had 15 carries, which him and Kendre Miller, which I knew about him before this game, but I didn't know he was like that involved in the Saints offense. But they shared a lot of touches. Kamara had 15, Miller had 11. Kamara had 5 more yards on 4 more rushes. And they didn't really use him in the passing game, which, again, is a weakness of the Bills, where they tend to not be able to guard against the screen, but I digress. And then Rashid Shaheed was the leading receiver with 47 yards on 4 receptions. Chris Olave had 3 receptions for 20 yards and a touchdown. In the first half, he had just a single interception.
Wow. That's it?
Yeah, his only stat was an interception that he threw to Cole Bishop, which was a great catch,
That's
by the
cool.
way.
Yeah, honestly, that I did see that. I saw that.
Crazy stat. Chris Olave was negative something points in fantasy for a while because he threw an interception.
Yeah,
They tried to do the Philly special and it just didn't work.
Yeah, I think that's super cool. Like, imagine he ended the day just throwing a pick. That's it.
They took him out after that. Like,
Chris, you're benched, dude. You suck. No,
you couldn't do the end around. What's up with that? But the Bills have an opening touchdown in every game this season. But here's my question, right? How legit do you think the defense looks?
I mean, you're gonna have your concerns. Obviously, the Ravens tore us apart. I think it's just a unit that's ultimately not going to be great, and we just got to make plays when the time comes. And I think we have enough for that. Ed Oliver makes a big play against Baltimore. Bosa is actually capable of coming up with some big plays. I know he punched a ball out, and
he's been excellent.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. He's been excellent. And they call him the closer for a reason.
Yeah, and even guys like Bernard, he can come up with a big play, against Tua. So I think we have guys that are capable of stepping up and being big in the moment guys. And I think that's all you need, because ultimately the playoffs are going to come. The teams are just going to score. It's the best offensive teams are always going to be in the playoffs. You just got to come up with the play. We got that this year, I think. I'm confident in that, actually.
I do think we could win any shootout that comes our way, but I guess they kept it close against the Dolphins. They kept it close against the Saints. What are we thinking about the Patriots next week? That's a pretty solid squad right now. They are on fire. They've beat their opponents by a large margin in the past 2 games. Obviously, they played the Panthers last week, but they looked really good.
Yeah.
Drake May is really coming around. I think he's their guy for a while.
I would be confident in saying that.
And I think that's probably the best quarterback we've played in a couple of games here.
Yeah, no, Drake May will be the best quarterback we played in a couple games. I think we're fine. But I will say, be prepared for them to put up some numbers. It's not going to be like our defense comes out and totally swarms, I don't think, unless we just have some really great looks or something, but and can confuse him a little bit. But he seemed to ascend kind of above that level where he's, getting tricked so easily by defenses. It's not really happening at a rate you'd think it is. So
he doesn't look like a second-year guy out there. And we're seeing other second-year guys like Bo Nix maybe take some steps back. No, not for him. But that's the advantage of having a good head coach.
Exactly, yeah.
A new head coach. But I don't know. Their run game kind of scares me, but not enough.
Yeah.
Their passing game just isn't there right now. Their defense is solid. It's either going to be a low-scoring game or it's going to be like a shootout the whole time.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
it's pretty dependent on how they can use Trevion Henderson. I think everyone agrees that, sweeping generalization, sorry, but many would agree that he's super talented. And as you mentioned, we struggle getting guys that are coming out of the backfield, even in the passing game, but he's just not utilized that much right now. I mean, we've even seen some Ramondre Stevenson fumbles, this and that. I don't know what the Patriots are seeing that no one else is really, or that a lot of people aren't seeing. But if he gets used a lot in this game, I would be a little bit more scared. But I think the way they've been using him, I'm really not that afraid of it.
Their special teams has been really good too.
They actually, I remember, was it last year or 2 years ago? They won a game solely because of special teams. It was like a punt fest. They returned one for a touchdown against the Jets, and that was it. But
it was that Jets game, and it was 10-3 game, something like that.
Terrible game. It was something like that. It was 10-3 or something.
So what's your prediction for next week? We're wearing our rivalry uniforms on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, and the other team doesn't also wear them, which we found out last night. I thought that was kind of weird.
Color blindness.
Yeah, I know. You explained it to me. It makes sense. But
predictions?
I'm going to go with the Bills.
Okay.
And I'll just leave it at that. It could be a closer game than what we're comfortable with, but I think that's something I'm prepared for.
And I'll knock on wood, but given my record at the Bills Stadium. I have to go with the Bills.
Come on
But
now.
I could actually really see the Patriots taking this one because they just tend to do that. We
Mhm.
tend to lose one of these like dumb divisional games. So
And I mean, how often does a team go perfect against their division?
Yeah,
I mean, that's just
not
not likely. So,
were we? No, we lost to the Patriots once at the end of the season. No, did we beat the Patriots? No, we lost to the Patriots in the final game of the season last year.
did we? I forgot.
We didn't have any starters.
I totally forgot. I thought we still beat them, maybe.
Joe Milton masterclass game.
That's right.
Yeah.
He played really well. That's what tricked Austin into saying he was a serviceable quarterback on our
we don't
first
have to
episode
go
for
into
the
that.
preseason.
But we will go into the field goals of the week.
Average Cowboys fan.
No, we're not talking about kicks or the Cowboys. We're talking about the good, the no good, and not even close. I mean, in other words, what went well this week and what just didn't. But let's start with the good. What was good this week? Ashton Jeanty was good this
The
year.
kick is good.
I'll tell you what, the kick is really good. Except that's quite ironic because they lost off a blocked field goal.
That is hilarious. That would be bad.
Yeah, so ironically, they did lose off a blocked field goal, so it was no good. But Ashton Jeanty is good. 21 carries, 138 yards, a touchdown, 2 receptions, 17 yards, 2 touchdowns on 2 receptions is wild. We just forgot to cover him out of the backfield, I guess. They weren't worried about him. They clearly didn't make the adjustments. But the Bears' defense has just not been to the level it needs to be. I actually expected more out of Geno Smith, who wasn't really that good.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we can just stick with the good right here. I feel like I saw some competent offensive line run blocking.
Yes.
You know, Ashton Jeanty could get into that kind of second level without even being touched on some plays, and that is when he's just so dangerous. I mean, genuinely, you should be concerned once he is actually able to hit that accelerator because you can't catch him, as we saw on a 70 or 80-yard touchdown run that he had in the first half. So,
I gotta say, big ups to Dylan Parham, the left guard of
he
the Raiders.
took the criticism and improved.
Yeah, he did not play well, and now he did. I'm sure we all like.
I mean, come on, yeah.
But Geno Smith, 14 of 21, 117 yards, 3 interceptions. I told you to start him in fantasy. That's my bad. I was unfamiliar with his game. It's just he's no good. 2 touchdowns for him. Bears win 25-24 on that blocked field goal we mentioned earlier. Caleb was great. 22 for 37, 212 yards, a touchdown, interception. I shouldn't say great, but Caleb was very good. Swift had 14 carries, 38 yards, a touchdown. Roma Dunze, 5 touchdowns in 4 games. Gets another one in this one. 4 receptions, 69 yards. What else can you ask for your team?
You can't ask for much more. The Bears do barely win, though. But good for them. Yeah, but
they barely
against the Raiders too, which we were just talking. They seem to figure some things out, but
they'll get there. I think. I think they need a few, but their division's tough. Tougher.
The Bears you're talking about?
No. Raiders,
the Raiders.
actually.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Division is tough. I could say the same thing about the Bears.
Yeah, well, because that's what I was thinking. Is you could say these.
But I mean, the Chargers aren't all that. I guess now we know that the Chiefs aren't really completely there yet.
Yeah.
The Broncos are 2-2 as well. Raiders, if they had just locked in a bit, I feel like they could figure something else out. They could maybe make a wild card.
And they, I don't know if I'm really confident saying that. Maybe. I don't even know if I would say maybe. Do you really think so? You think they could make a push if they figure some things out?
No.
No, you're lying to yourself.
I've just never. Geno Smith just isn't really a playoff quarterback for me.
No.
Even with Pete Carroll,
I agree.
Don't see it.
No, and Pete Carroll kind of makes some questionable decisions, I feel like, with time management in particular. I feel like it was last week we were asking some kind of question about that, but I know we were just talking about what was good, so we should probably stick to the good. We always do this.
And I gotta give props to the Falcons.
Right. Yes, please do. I told you to start Michael Penix.
They're either in the no good or the good every week.
That's fine.
They rebound. They beat the Washington Commanders. It just seems like when we play a bad defense, we play well, but I won't really get into that too much. Penix was 20 for 26. Great day for him. 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception.
That's fine.
Which happens. Okay. And then he only took 1 sack. But that's big for our offensive line. That's really struggled this year. Bijan, 17 carries, 75 yards, a touchdown, 4 receptions, 106 yards, almost a receiving touchdown. Drake London, 8 receptions, 110 yards, a touchdown. And Tyler Algier, 16 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. And Pitts, 5 receptions for 70 yards. That's what you want out of your offense.
I mean, what did I say? I said they'd come back with a very simplified game plan. I mean, you saw Penix pass for over 300 yards, almost all of which went to just Bijan, London, or Pitts. And those are the 3 athletes that you need to see have the ball on your team. And I think that was made clear to him, like, hey, get these guys the ball. We'll try to figure out situations for you to do that, and then you'll win.
Actually, the deep ball he threw to Drake London, beautiful. I was waiting on it. I've been waiting because I know
scored a
he has
touchdown.
it. I know he has the deep ball in him. Maybe we just can't get him time, or he's just not confident enough to take it. But maybe they looked at him and they said, "Be confident this week. Like figure something out. Like you need to." I don't know. Even if you throw 3 interceptions, you can almost win. Look at Geno Smith. Like that's just how it is.
Yeah, unlike most second-year quarterbacks, you are 26 or whatever, 25 maybe. How old is he?
He's only like 24.
Is he?
Google it.
Okay, sorry, I'll Google that. But regardless, he's not very young.
He's not young, but either way. Marcus Mariota, 16 of 27, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception in his revenge game. No rushing game for them. Chris Rodriguez had 7 carries for 59 yards. And Debo was their leading receiver with 6 receptions on 72 yards and a touchdown. We actually limited him a lot until like that final third, fourth quarter.
Yeah, Debo's been a lot better this year than I would have thought.
Better
this year. He's actually been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Michael Penix is 25 years old.
He is 25?
He's 25. He turns 26 after this season. Yeah, he's
How old's Bo Nix?
Oh, geez.
Now I'm putting you on the spot.
No, that's fine. Bo Nix is 25 as well. He's actually just barely younger than Penix. He also turns 26 after the season, but literally right after the season ends.
Pair of unks, yeah.
Yeah, and unk.
I mean, I don't mind that he's a bit older, but it does kind of stink. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a 25-year-old, he's got to play a little bit better.
Speaking of Bo Nix.
Yeah, the Broncos did look convincing this week. The defense actually played how I thought it would entering the season. They hold the Bengals, to just 3 points. They win. What was the score? Go ahead.
I don't actually remember. Sorry, hold on. I didn't have it.
I have it.
It was 28-3.
Yeah, I just didn't really want to say it. Nix obviously had that ugly interception, but he rebounded the rest of the game. 29 for 42 for him, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns and interception. 6 rushes for 7 yards and a touchdown. Most of those rushes were kneel downs. Dobbins had 16 carries, 101 yards. The first running back since 2022 with 100 yards for the Broncos, and the first time in the Sean Payton era. Do you remember who the last 100-yard rusher for the Broncos was?
Oh, in 2022?
2022. I'll give you a hint. He played for the Bills.
He played for the Bills? Mm-hmm. What, did like Frank Gore make his way over to the Broncos at any point? I don't know. Like what?
Latavius Murray.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I actually probably should have got that. It's not that bad.
But Cortland Sutton then had 5 receptions, 81 yards and a touchdown. Good game for him. Mm-hmm. They rebounded. I'm actually very impressed by this Broncos team that I saw.
Yeah, and the defense was impressive, and you know they're against a backup quarterback, and they pretty much did everything you would hope the Broncos defense does to a backup quarterback. So. Honestly, all good on that front for them today.
A defense that only allowed 3 points. They sacked the quarterback 3 times. No interceptions, but didn't need it. It's okay. Browning went 14 of 25, 125 yards. That's the end of his stat line. Chase Brown had 10 carries for 40 yards. His best game so far, technically.
Yeah.
3 receptions for 31 yards. T. Higgins had 3 receptions for 32 yards. He was their leading receiver with 32 yards. And Jamar Chase had 5 receptions for 23 yards. That could probably go in the no good category, and that's okay.
Yeah. But, you know, we can move on to the no good if you want to.
Let's move on to the no good.
On that note.
Gosh, this is really a heartbreaker for me, I won't lie. And I'm not even a Ravens fan, but the amount of injuries that they've racked up, let's hear it. They fall to 1-3, 37-20 loss to the Chiefs. Here's their injury list, and I'm going to do my best to read it out to you. Linebacker Kyle Van Noy, fullback Patrick Ricard, defensive tackle Travis Jones, linebacker Roquan Smith, defensive tackle Nadi Matabike, cornerback Marlon Humphrey, cornerback Nate Wiggins, QB Lamar Jackson, offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley, defensive tackle Broderick Washington, safety Ardarius Washington, and offensive tackle Emory Jones Jr. And there's a couple other ones in there, but those are the main ones.
Yeah, that's at least 12 injuries, and almost all of those are big names on the defense.
Yes, and they're almost all starters, except for maybe a couple of safeties, defensive tackles that are rotational guys, but you still need them.
Mm-hmm.
The team is falling apart.
I don't really know what to say. That's just no good. That sucks. I'm
really no good.
I mean, you're a Bills rival in a sense right now that you're a good team and we're also good, but I hate for there to be an excuse at all. Say they don't make the playoffs or something drastic happens. I
don't want this to be a cupcake year or whatever. But hey, a win's a win, and I would take it every day. But Lamar, 14 of 20. 147 yards, a touchdown, an interception, a hamstring injury, 6 carries.
Just throw it in with the rest of the stats. He had a hamstring injury,
and then 6 carries for 40 yards. The hamstring injury is going to sideline him for the next couple weeks.
Yeah,
I'm hearing now.
You don't really know with that kind of stuff. I feel like
Backup is Cooper Rush, Cowboys legend.
Legend, really?
Legend with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. But anyway, other stats here. Zay Flowers, 7 receptions, 74 yards. Justice Hill was their leading rusher. Henry only had 8 carries for 48 yards, while Hill had 3 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. The defense, it just couldn't hold.
Understandably so.
The injuries.
Yeah.
Their defensive line is the definition of no good. They've been playing extremely poor. Obviously, injuries are the main reason for that, but still, it leads to their secondary being poor. Mahomes was only 25 of 37, 270 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Only.
Worthy had 5 receptions, 83 yards, and also was their leading rusher with 2 carries for 38 yards.
Still just so concerning. I don't know
how they don't have a rushing offense
with this many injuries in the Ravens secondary and defensive line. They still didn't run the ball.
Yep.
Effectively.
I don't know.
Their most effective runner was Xavier Worthy on a couple
2 carries.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt had 13 rushes for 34 yards, Pacheco had 7 carries for 35 yards, 2 receptions, 13 yards, and his first touchdown of the season.
Yeah. Is there something that I don't know about, the difference between Pacheco and Hunt? Pacheco seems miles better than Kareem Hunt, at least when he touches the ball. And I know it's not always his fault because he doesn't, get a lot of blocks necessarily.
I don't really know. And then for a while, it was a no-brainer that Pacheco is RB1.
Yeah.
Now it's Kareem Hunt has more touches than him.
Why?
I could not tell you.
I don't know.
But
I just don't get it.
Pacheco is just not a part of their offense that gets involved. They just don't really. He's not in the game plan.
Yeah,
he's seriously just not in the game plan.
He was efficient this week as well, mind you. Averaging 5 yards a carry. So, by all means, just keep handing the ball to Kareem Hunt. I'm not going to be mad if you guys want to handicap yourself, but you got Pacheco.
Handcuff yourself to Kareem Hunt. Yeah, sure. I can't really say much on that. Their offensive line still just really isn't executing. They're not run blocking.
Yeah, it's no good. They still win. Mahomes had a great day by all means. But
the receivers, they spread the wealth. We both said Ravens, so it's a bit of a heartbreaker. But neither of us could have expected.
You can't predict, a hamstring injury.
We also both said Green Bay over Dallas, which I just kind of erased that one.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. It's a tie.
Unless you really wanted me to put X and 1.
George Pickens was not aware that games could even end in ties.
Yes.
Actually. So, I can claim the same thing.
We can go to that if you want to go to that. Packers, Cowboys.
Why not?
Yeah. Obviously, that game ends in a tie. It's Scorigami. 40-40 Scorigami. Should the league have ties, James?
You can't have them play football for 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's a regular season game. There's enough that you hear already. How do you feel after a game? They're asking an offensive lineman, how do you feel after a game? I feel like I got ran over by a truck,
Yeah.
And that's not good. You shouldn't be playing for 4 hours. Maybe some kind of I don't know, maybe some kind of adoption of the college
I like
rules
the
or
college
something.
overtime, yeah.
You don't want it to be like any kind of you don't want it to be like a kickoff. You don't want kickers to decide the game.
A lot of people have brought that up, and I just think that's the dumbest idea
That would be
ever.
dumb.
Do you know how
in
many
my
bad
opinion.
kickers there are in the NFL?
Yeah, and
There already are so many bad, and that's like a big story is that they're just getting worse. Now we're gonna add a kickoff. The game's gonna be 7 years long.
yeah, maybe some adoption of the college rules, but I don't. It's a 10-minute overtime period as well. I feel like that just it wasn't really enough time either. So
Are the Packers legit this year? And they looked like it at first, and now I don't think so.
they allowed 40 points to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys got a good offense. Don't get me wrong. Ken Dorsey was calling the right plays
I guess so.
on Sunday.
CeeDee Lamb lists.
I will say, if
Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb played in that game, I think the Cowboys would have won. Honestly, he probably would have had over 50 fantasy points
Do you
too.
think George Pickens plays nearly as well?
I think he still would play well. I think CD would have just taken really anything that went to Turpin or the slew of other guys that had catches. He'd probably take some more of the deep balls where there's like a 50-50 chance.
I like that. Yeah.
But no, the Packers a little concerning. However, overall, I was pleased kinda with the game that ended in a 40-40 Scorigami tie. I mean, come on.
Nathan Donnelly was thrilled to see that.
I wasn't looking for it until he was like, "Hey, 40-40 game has never happened."
He also said he'd run laps shirtless around our townhouse, but that never happened.
He didn't really keep up with that.
No.
That was not good by him.
No, you know what? He lied, and I'm not happy about
Yeah,
it. But
I'm really unhappy with
I
that.
can't really talk about Nathan Donnelly, but I can talk about these Cowboys players that played well.
Yeah.
Dak was 31 of 40. Great game for him. 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. Javonte Williams, 20 carries, 85 yards, a touchdown. George Pickens, 8 receptions, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Great game altogether. I don't know what switched on in the Packers, or not, excuse me, in the Cowboys, locker room or their offense. They just something flipped a switch, and they're just better now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, better, but the defense just still sucks so bad anyways, I don't.
Yeah.
They're just the most mid team ever. If this might not be the only 40-40 tie that we see from the Cowboys this year, I feel like. You know what I mean? This could happen more.
I believe that. Yeah, like a 32-32 tie or
yeah,
something
exactly.
stupid like that.
Or a 50-50 tie.
That's even bigger.
That would be big.
And it's just all Brandon Aubrey. It's like a 70-yard field goal and he hits it.
Yeah, exactly.
But continue on with the no good here. Malik Nabers injured. Tears his ACL.
Man.
But the Giants win the game. But at what cost?
Exactly.
What people are saying. It's just, man, and MetLife takes another one. It's just brutal. I feel so bad. And I mean, he's gonna come back and he's still gonna be really good. Let me just preface that. I think he'll come back and he'll be great. He'll still be an elite receiver. But it's especially for a young, learning QB to not have your wide receiver one that's proven.
Yeah.
Just terrible. But like I said, Giants win that game. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I'm surprised the Giants won that game. I would have taken the Chargers and bet my house on it, but because they were playing just really well so far. But they constricted Justin Herbert a little bit. He looked a lot more uncomfortable, and to that, I think everyone would be willing to admit that the Giants actually got a pretty good defense.
Yeah, Justin Herbert, 23 of 41, 203 yards, a touchdown to 2 interceptions, which the Giants secondary isn't really great. So that does surprise me a bit. Obviously, Omarion Hampton is the big story here.
Yeah.
12 carries, 128 yards.
Yeah, over 10 yards a carry for the man, Omarion. Great first name. I actually am obsessed. I'm Omarion. Sorry, I just love it, but
You're upset.
I said
okay.
I'm obsessed.
Oh, obsessed. I thought you were like, I'm upset I wasn't doing that.
I kind of, man, I mean, Now I am, I guess, if you want to really bring it up like that, you know?
You would Omarion instead of James.
Yeah, no, and that's my only name.
Oh,
Take away my last
no
name,
dairy,
middle
yeah.
name, all that.
Cool.
Just Omarion.
I like that actually.
Yeah. No, but he's both his first and last name are
You know
cool.
what? I bet there's a lot of. Let me preface: there's not a lot of Chargers fans, but if there were a lot of Chargers fans, they would name their kid Omarion.
Also, take a look back to last year. I said Omarion Hampton would be good. He's just got an NFL name. That is something I actually said.
That's a really good point. That's a really.
I'm just saying.
You know who else has got a really good NFL name? Jackson Dart. Are we kidding me?
Yeah, no, come on.
This guy's a QB and his name is Dart. That's
Dart.
awesome.
He throws darts.
Yeah, 13 of 20 for him.
Not really. He actually didn't throw the ball
No,
much
he's
at all.
more of a runner, but
you
that's
know.
not the point. 13 of 20, 111 yards, touchdown, 10 carries, 54 yards, a touchdown. List of quarterbacks who have won their first career start versus a team 3-0 or better over the last 20 years. Jackson Dart.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
That's
hey,
huge, yeah.
He's on an exclusive list. The Giants probably, I mean, Eli Manning was like, okay, but, you know, I feel like Jackson Dart could have his way toward, he could make his way towards a very overrated career like Eli Manning almost.
like
Do you want
that.
to? He's got a good defense. You know, he doesn't actually have to be that great to win games. And look at that.
And
Bang.
Brian Dable absolutely loves him. But yeah, Cam Skattebo, 25 carries, 79 yards. The new exciting whites, as they're calling them in New York. The pair of Dart and Skattebo. Obviously, the Chargers lose that game. Can't believe it. Giants come out victorious.
They're just going to
There's a lot
run.
of swag on that team.
They're just going to run Skattebo into the ground. 25 carries for less than 80 yards. I mean,
he's going to be seeing like colors and shapes by the end of the
year. He averaged 3 yards a carry. That's just putting your head down and jamming it into dudes and running forward. I mean, I said not to start him in fantasy, and he did okay fantasy-wise. I would go as far as to say I wouldn't give me credit for saying to sit him.
But look, anyone's going to do well with 25 carries.
He didn't play well. He didn't play great. I mean, come on.
He had 4 yards a carry. He'd have 100 yards.
Maybe bad read by me, you know? I think if anyone gets 25 carries, they'll have a good fantasy day. But he did not play, great. Yeah. Just saying.
I just think his whole, running style is so funny to me. You were just he puts his head down and
runs forward. Yeah. Just that's it.
But there was another injury late last night. Tyreek Hill, his leg does not look good. I don't care what you hear. It is not dislocated. That thing is gone. All of his ligaments, his ACL, everything, tendons, gone in his knee. But
was that the official report? I didn't actually get to read the entire official report.
Dislocated knee at first, and then they went in. They were like, "Yeah, his ACL's gone. All his tendons are gone, and all of his whatever the other stuff is." I'm not a doctor.
I wonder if Tyreek Hill. I mean, because the reaction, right?
Yeah.
The reaction to him when he left the field.
Clapping and cheering.
Is he happy that he doesn't have to play football anymore? Do you think he kind of just wants to collect his money from his time in the NFL and just stream on Twitch?
I mean, he's 33. He's gonna be 33.
He's probably thinking I don't have to play the rest of this contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's thinking I don't have to play with Tua anymore. Thank God. 17 of 25, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns for Tua.
Not bad.
Actually, pretty good day.
Pretty good for him.
Hill had 6 receptions, 67 yards, and led the team before he got injured.
He actually was playing pretty well.
Yeah,
I'll give him credit.
And they ended up beating the Jets. So despite losing star receivers, clearly it's a winning formula. I don't know if that tracks, but it did this week. So
maybe McDaniel won't get fired that quickly, but it's coming.
And I'll get there. I'll ask you a question later.
Okay.
I'll tie it into a different segment. But Jets had that opening drive fumble. And if they score that, they probably win that game.
I mean, Braylon Allen is half a yard to the end zone when that gets punched out. Huge play by, I don't even remember who.
And he just got benched the rest of the game. So.
Yeah. So that's tough.
Fields actually had a really nice game, too. I want to highlight him before we move on. 20 for 27, 226 yards, a touchdown, 7 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown. He led the team, but he tied with Breece Hall, who also had 81 yards on 14 carries.
Yeah, again, efficient. Sure.
Efficient. I actually really like Breece Hall, but I don't.
The run
we're
game.
In the no good here.
Yeah.
Move on. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say something that was good. So
for the Jets. Yeah, whatever. No, we're in the no good. We can't keep talking about this. 3 other 3-0 teams get taken down.
Yeah.
The Bucks, they lose 31-25 to the Eagles. The 49ers, they lose 26-21 to the Jags. The Colts, 27-20 to the Rams. Daniel Jones was 24 for 33, 262 yards, a touchdown to 2 interceptions. It's the defense. I've heard enough. Which of these is the most surprising to you?
I'm just going to go with the 49ers because of the fact that I didn't, maybe I'm unfamiliar with the Jaguars game, but they could be an underrated roster possibly. I'm kind of surprised the 49ers fell to them. Regardless, I think they were just going to win ugly again like they did against the Cardinals last week, and that's just kind of how they've been playing this year. And Jaguars, man.
Jaguars actually get Brock Purdy back, and they lose.
Yeah.
Despite it. So
it's weird, yeah, but
I don't know. Maybe Mac Jones is just that guy, but I doubt it. Now we got to get into the not even close.
Oh, this is bad. I forgot this happened.
Adonai Mitchell.
Oh.
He was actually the first thing that I wrote down on the not even close.
Adonai Mitchell.
I had so much faith in him, especially coming out of Texas, and he's been all right.
He may have had the worst game ever by a receiver.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like he had bad stats. He just fumbled out the back of the end zone after a 70-yard breakaway because he went to taunt like this, and it slipped out of his hand, and it fell out the back, touchback, so no touchdown there.
Yeah.
And then, when the Colts were looking to make a game-winning drive, Jonathan Taylor had a 30-yard touchdown. They got called back because Adonai Mitchell suplexed a guy and got called for holding. They end up losing the game. It was very focused around the fact that he screwed up.
And the broadcasts made sure that everyone know. I mean, they were letting him hear it a little bit, a rookie receiver. But, I will say I'm glad it's not like a 3rd or 4th year guy doing that, because I think that's just, you get cut,
Second year. Yeah, second year.
That is true. Second year. But, wow. It's all the rookies from last year. I keep referring to them as rookies this year. It's like you gotta move on. But no, it's that made me cringe. Like watching that, I genuinely did feel bad when he fumbled out the back of the end zone, because they cut to this shot of him on the bench, and he looks like he's about to cry.
Like genuinely, probably going.
He may have started crying. I would have too. That's like, I mean, come on. Yeah. He was a crazy play before that too. He made a really nice play, but. That was not even close, dude. That was bad.
I don't know if we can say this or not, but that was ass. Also,
I was going to say that, but
Cam Ward, he'll keep it a buck. We after the brutal loss to the Texans. That's the first thing he said. He said,
"I didn't even know that.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. We
I didn't know that he said that.
That was the press conference.
Oh my God.
After they lost. He said something along the lines of like, we just got to be better. We haven't scored a touchdown in a couple games. But those were his words. How brutal is that to be a team, be the Tennessee Titans or maybe Titans fans, and just hear your QB be like, yeah, no, we're pretty bad. Yeah, we're terrible actually.
Yeah, and just the matter-of-fact manner in which he just, yes. I mean, come on. That's not good to hear.
He was 10 for 26, 108 yards, an interception. I'm still not blaming him. He still looks pretty good. Like, he has flashes, but his offensive line is terrible. He has no weapons. His run game is pretty mediocre at best. And Brian Callahan should probably be fired soon.
It might be time soon, But
he's entering his 2nd season. Sure, the roster's terrible, but he's not giving him any favors either. So
no.
And usually someone gets fired after a blowout.
Yeah, and you just gotta blame somebody, and it's gonna be him. It's because it can't be Cam Ward yet. Can't blame him yet.
All right. Well, that is all we have for our field goals of the week. But let's get into our extra point, in which James, you've curated something for me.
Yes, I have actually done some work for once. So, You just got to guess the mystery QB, all right?
All right.
I'm gonna give you some stats.
Okay.
They're gonna come off as a bit of a dog, but you're just gonna have to guess who this is.
Who is
So
this
far
dog? Okay.
through 4 games, they have more passing yards this season than Josh Allen.
Okay.
They have a higher completion percentage than a Jared Goff. They have more total touchdowns than Justin Herbert. And they are top 5 in passer rating, which is above some names like Mahomes, Mayfield, Hurts. And he's just behind Josh Allen by 0.3.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this a dog?
So my mind immediately takes me to Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Is it? Lamar
It is not
Jackson?
Lamar
Okay.
Jackson. I
Well.
would say when I was looking at season stat leaders, they're high up there in almost every category. Could be approaching underrated if people continue to not hype them up a little bit more.
Okay.
However, I can see they're going to get some hype in the coming weeks,
Okay.
in the coming years,
So it's
if you will.
It's not Josh. It's not Jared Goff. It's not Herbert. It's not Mahomes. It's not Baker. It's not Hurts.
I got rid of a bunch of the really good guys.
Oh, you know what? Is it Daniel Jones?
It is not
Dang.
Daniel Jones.
I thought I was gonna be close with that one.
No, I could have done a similar kind of thing with Daniel Jones, but I think it says a little bit more when it comes to this quarterback.
Is this a good team? Can I ask that?
They're not a good team.
They're not a good team
right now.
So, do you know their record? I mean, I guess that's giving it away a lot.
I don't want to really tell you their record. I mean, I will say they're not a bad team.
I'm running through like every.
I'll give you their record. They're 2-2.
You know what? A name popped into my head before you said the record. Is it Sam Darnold?
It's not Sam Darnold. So who else can you think of that could possibly be among these guys?
It can't be Geno Smith because the passer rating wouldn't be there.
Yes, the passer rating for Geno Smith is horrible.
Brock Purdy was injured, so it can't be him. Trying to think who else is there. It's not Stafford.
We've talked about him already.
We have. Is it Dak Prescott?
No.
Is it Jordan Love?
No.
Damn.
You're naming guys that are right in with him. It's like I'm trying to open your eyes a little bit to how good.
You're clearly opening my eyes.
He's actually been this season.
And it's not Mahomes. I'm really thinking about this one now. I don't want you to tell me, but I don't. Is it Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Dang.
AFC.
Okay. Well, let's start from the top. It's not Carson Wentz. It's not Caleb Williams. He does not have the passer rating.
No, that's true.
Oh, you know what? I think I know who it is. Is it Drake May?
It is indeed Drake May.
Yeah.
He's had a phenomenal year so far. Someone who's kind of flown under the radar, considering they're a 2-2 team. Mm-hmm. Thanks to strength of schedule, they are a 2-2 team. Yes. They could easily be 1-3, 0-4 kind of team. But encouraging, because we just talked about the fact that he could be sneaky against Buffalo this upcoming weekend. He genuinely could be. He is top 5 in passer rating.
That's crazy. I did not know. I didn't think he was that high.
No,
he's a very solid fantasy option too, and that's why I kind of thought about it because I've been trying to trade for him in a lot of fantasy leagues because he's put up 20 every single week.
Yeah, and he's 6th in passing yards right now, and he actually, he's thrown 7 touchdowns to 2 interceptions and 109.4 passer rating. Josh Allen has 109.7. I almost compared these two quarterbacks directly, but I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's just broaden it up. Let's bring out every good quarterback right now.
I named every other quarterback in the league too. I was just only thinking of NFC for some reason.
No, but something you wouldn't expect. But once you thought of it, you knew.
Yeah.
But
well, I went AFC North, AFC East, and I was like, well, it's not Fields, it's not Tua. Oh, it's Drake May.
It's Drake May. He's playing well. Got to give him his flowers.
That's awesome. You know what? I'm actually really happy for him. But we got to move on to our fantasy starts and sits, and neither of us put Drake May. No. But I'm 12-8 in starts, 10-9 for sits. I had a rough week in the start category this week, so
Yeah.
that's rough. And you are
I'm 11-9.
10-10. It's not too bad.
Yeah. It's okay. I actually had a better week last week. I'll say that.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's been rough.
I will say this isn't like cheating, but Be Strange putting up 10 points. I took it. I'm so sorry. I mean, guys, I took that as a win. 10 points from your tight end. I mean, come on.
That is a win. That's a win.
We're in the big 25. Over 10 points. He outdid his projected.
The number one tight end right now puts up 12 a game.
Yeah.
He averages 12 a game.
So I mean, give it to me.
But let's start with the QB for starts. Justin Fields versus Dallas. I've seen enough out of him. I think he's actually going to be a very good fantasy QB this year. Just a great asset for your team. If he's in the waivers, pick him up. I'm sure somebody dropped him because he was hurt or something like that. But the Cowboys, they give up the most pass yards a game, and they are 20th in rush defense.
Yeah, and the Jets ran all over the Dolphins too, including Justin Fields.
Yes.
So I really like that. But give me Bryce Young against those Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
I think as long as he throws for a couple touchdowns, as long as Chuba Hubbard doesn't run for every single touchdown, start Bryce Young.
Yeah, that could be a possibility.
It could be a possibility.
Saying start Bryce Young is always really risky.
It is.
My wide receiver, and I'm actually starting him this week, Alec Ayomanor against Arizona. I think the Titans come out of this game with a win. You can count me on that. They need it. They need something. This is their first team they've played with a bad defense. They played the Texans. They've played the Broncos. And they've played the... Oh, man, I'm blanking now. They're all really good defenses, though. Shoot. Doesn't matter. But this is their first bad defense that they're playing. And they give up the 5th most pass yards a game. I'm taking Ayomanor.
Now, for my wide receiver, it kind of depends on who's playing. But look at either Jawan Jennings or Ricky Pearsall versus the Rams. The Rams got a good defense overall, but I think just this game could be close. And if anything, the Rams maybe jump out to a quick lead. Puka Nakua's been averaging over 130 yards a game. So you could see that. But overall, this game will be a tight contest. Jawan and Ricky are kind of hurt. I think if both of them play, go with Ricky. If Ricky's hurt, go with Jawan or vice versa.
That's fair. I looked it up. Titans played the Colts and the... Oh my God, I just forgot again. It's the Colts and the Rams. Colts and the Rams.
There you go.
Those are really tough defenses. All right. Anyway, running back. Alvin Kamara or Kendre Miller if you really need someone against New York. They are very bad rush defense somehow. I don't know. But they give up the 4th most rush yards a game.
Yeah.
And Alvin Kamara gets the touches. Maybe Kendre Miller's a bit more explosive right now.
Yeah.
But
well,
we'll see.
You watched Omari and Hampton do it on 12 carries last week. So going to be efficient. For my running back, I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins. He finally had a 100-yard rushing game. And it's a little concerning. He doesn't get any receiving work. He's one of those guys that'll run for 100 yards, and that's 10 points.
Yeah.
But I think he finds the end zone. And when he does that, he will reach that 15-point mark or so. And I think that's worth the start, obviously. They've got to play catch up against Philly.
Yeah, I like that.
And everyone does.
Yeah, fair enough. Tight end, give me Dalton Kincaid versus New England. They give up the 7th most pass yards a game. They're really missing Christian Gonzalez, who did play this week. But that might be a reason why they shut down the Panthers.
Yeah. My tight end, take a peek at Theo Johnson. I think they might have him active with Jackson Dart. He's going to want some easier throws close to the quarterback, middle of the field. So look for Theo. He could score a touchdown too.
Then at my flex, and this is a risky one, I'm going with Tony Pollard again, another tight end against Arizona. This could be the week he gets over 15 points. This could be it. He has the workload.
Will he do it?
He has the snap percentage. He gets 15 carries a game. He just has to be good. And I hope this is it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with another kind of risk because you like to see them repeat twice in a row before you really buy in. But Woody Marks taking over for Nick Chubb pretty soon here. I mean, Baltimore, we just talked about how injured they were at the top of the show. They're 32nd in rush defense, as they should be with all the injuries they have. He also had 21 touches last Sunday. I imagine the Texans might not just win that game, but Woody Marks will also play very well.
Yeah, I mean, the easy thing to say is start Nico Collins as well, but I didn't want to put that in there
Yeah.
because I thought that was too blatant.
People will probably start
Yeah,
Nico
no
Collins
matter what.
regardless.
Baltimore has the 31st worst pass defense, or 31st pass defense,
Yeah.
whatever. The second worst, and also the worst rush defense. So brutal.
Yeah.
But let's get into our sits. Give me Matthew Stafford versus San Fran. They give up the 6th least pass yards a game. Stafford has been really okay.
Yeah.
He's been getting hit a lot. He can't really get the ball out on time. I could see this being a low scoring game.
Yeah, it could be a low scoring game. I'm taking a risk though. For my QB, this is risky. Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna say sit him against Jacksonville. He kind of finally had a great game last week. I'm counting on the fact that he's not going to do it twice in a row, especially against the Jags defense that's pretty underrated. I was just watching on TikTok the other day. I think it was Theo Ash on TikTok. Great video about how Devin Lloyd has been playing phenomenally and been very underrated so far this season. So, not saying he's going to trick Patrick Mahomes in any way, shape, or form, being a ball hawk or anything, that linebacker position, but, maybe Patrick Mahomes just doesn't follow it up twice, 2 good games in a row. I just don't think the offense is capable.
Yeah, Devin Lloyd and Trayvon Walker, when he's healthy, very, very good linebacker duo. Very underrated because, he was a first overall pick. People really skip over that a lot. But regardless, wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, sit him in his revenge game against Buffalo. Just leave him on the bench despite his good game. That's all I got to say. Buffalo's defense is enough to shut him down.
I don't have much to say about A.J. Brown being sat against the Denver Broncos either.
Just give it up.
Just give up.
Running back Jordan Mason against Cleveland. Cleveland does not give up rush yards to anybody. They're first in the league in their defense.
Yeah. I'm going to go Chase Brown against Detroit. I think that game could kind of just be like terrible anyways.
Just shut him down. It's too late. Tight end, Hunter Henry again against Buffalo. Buffalo gives up the least amount of pass yards this year, surprisingly, actually. But I just don't think Hunter Henry will get involved. They tend to shut down the tight end.
Yeah, I'm going to echo that just a little bit. I also put Hunter Henry, but,
all right.
That's fine with me. Not
together.
It's like shooting into the ocean when it comes to sitting tight ends. So.
Yeah, it was really hard. I was gonna say Evan Ingram, but I feel like he's already on your bench.
I know it's getting to the point where it's hard to tell to sit somebody because you want to say someone that's kind of good, but the kind of good guys are really
bad.
They're just not that good anyway.
Yeah, it's like a kicker. And then at flex, I'm gonna take a risk. I'll say Zay Flowers against Houston. No Lamar this week, probably, and Stingley is very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say sit Brian Thomas versus Kansas City. He's making everyone sad at this point, so just sit him.
He just isn't very good. But let's get into our final segment here, our forecasts for next week. We cannot tell you the weather, but we can make some predictions on the next week of football. I'm 14-12, so maybe that isn't correct. But you are 19-7. I do what I can.
Yeah.
Let's go with our Thursday night football game. 49ers, Rams. We're both saying Rams here.
Yeah, divorced Puka. He's just been balling.
Divorced Puka?
Yeah, he got divorced.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a thing on TikTok. He's been playing out of his mind.
Revenge, yeah.
Honestly, if what the girl or the woman in the relationship if what she is saying is true, doesn't really look that great on Puka. But he's still playing. He's divorced, so got a ball. Sorry, random fact.
Okay,
Continue.
No. I just haven't heard this before. Hey, look, he's really good in fantasy. That's all I know.
Yeah.
London game, Vikings, Browns. We disagree.
Yeah.
There it is. Give me the Vikings this week.
Come on, man. I think the Browns just win this one ugly. I don't think JJ Sorry, I don't.
Carson?
Yeah, Carson. Sorry, I don't think Carson's going to be able to play against the Browns very well.
No, I can agree to that. But they have the advantage of already being overseas.
That could be big, but 2025, one team has already played overseas.
Right.
That's an advantage now.
1 p.m. game, Texans, Ravens. We agree, but it's not on who I thought it would be, actually.
Honestly, I was going to take the Ravens easily, and then I'm like, crap, wait, Lamar's not playing. The defense sucks.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the same thing for you,
Texans,
right? I'm going to take the Texans.
Brutal team. terrible team right now.
Yeah, really, they go from one of the best to one of the worst. Maybe Lamar Jackson was the most valuable player.
Well,
We'll see.
I wouldn't even go that far because
That's
if the whole
whole
team
team's
is hurt,
injured.
like the whole team anyway. But 1 p.m.
It's good
game,
rage bait though. You see his
Broncos
face?
Eagles. Okay, give me the Eagles.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos in a stunner,
Wow.
just for no reason at all.
Yeah,
Just feeling feisty today.
okay, all
Yeah.
right, I like that. And then 4 p.m. Buccaneers Seahawks. I thought this one was a fun one. Kind of makes you think.
Yeah, I was flip-flopping Bucks Seahawks, but we agree.
I could see either way, but I mean, I'm not losing anything if I go Bucks. Yeah, and so we both went Bucks.
Yeah.
Patriots Bills.
Bills.
Okay. Chiefs Jaguars. What are you thinking on this one?
Chiefs Jags. It's like I almost expect both quarterbacks to not play well. You know.
Yeah. It's kind of what I expect out of Trevor Lawrence most of the time.
I think the Chiefs could take this one. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but be very careful. The Jaguars could win this one.
Yeah, give me the Jags.
Yeah.
They're on a roll right now.
They are.
Just something about that defense is nice. But I'm putting you on the spot here. What do you think is your game of the week?
Game of the week?
Yeah. Any of these games you can choose.
Out of all these games, 49ers Rams, I think
I like that.
I know it could be a defensive battle, but I think overall, I think it'll be very close. You'll still see your fair share of highlight plays. I mean, Puka Nacua is going to go for over 100 yards probably still. CMC is kind of the same thing. He's still going to play well. I think that's going to be a phenomenal game. And it gets its own night. It's Thursday night. So.
Yeah, give me the Monday night game. Chiefs Jaguars. I'm liking it.
Yeah, that
the
could be
more I
good.
talk about it, the more I'm really into it. So, but that is all we have for our episode of Field Goals and Forecast. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Go watch some football. Bye-bye.